Mm, 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 mm. Don't ask what that was. Oh! All right. Okay.
God.
Oh, hey, King. All right.
Oh my God.
Ooh, ooh, hey.
Hey, all you metal mixers, it's your old pal Jennx and
Okay.
how you guys doing on this Monday evening? I hope you said well. We
Well.
survived the weekend.
We did.
Oh God! And that Lex Legion album is.
It's
still
stellar.
listening to listen.
It's stellar.
Yeah,
It's really
very
good.
Very good.
Yes.
So can't wait. So without further ado, we're going to talk about a little something different, but it's kind of going on today because they're out on tour, and we're going to talk about Rush, and we're going to talk about the Rush tour. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Yes.
So we're looking forward to going to see Rush.
Yes, absolutely.
The ticket prices are a little steep, but I must say, this will be my first time.
And also my first time.
Really?
Yes.
We're Rush virgins then.
We are.
Oh my God.
But we've been a long time fan of Rush.
Yes. Him more so than me. I'm just getting more acquainted with Rush's catalog again.
Yes.
It's been many, many years since I've heard some of their classic records. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of our favorite Rush moments or Rush songs. We're also going to talk about the tour, which, you know, is coming to Philadelphia April 20. It's August.
August.
I'm already thinking next year. Sorry. August 23rd on a Sunday. They're coming to Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
No support act has been announced. Have you seen anything?
I haven't heard or seen
anything. And I
anything
haven't
about
heard
it.
anything either. They were given, last week was the hot topic, was, you know, all the tour merch. And we talked a little bit about that. And they were showing that. And then they were going on about Annika Nils and all that hoopla. And she's an excellent drummer. I'm not going to have a problem seeing her at all.
I mean, from what I've been seeing and hearing about, she's really up there with Neil Peart style.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Absolutely.
Neil Peart, you know.
However you want to pronounce it.
Right.
I've always said Peart. So, yeah. So the sky's the limit. So I can't wait to see this tour.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard really good reviews back on it. So I think it's well worth the money to catch them.
Absolutely.
And we're definitely going to go see them. So.
Yes.
That's going to be a big thumbs up for the end of summer, and I can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what I'm going to talk about a little bit is this big hunkin' book has to do with Rush. This is Geddy Lee's autobiography. Now, I have yet to finish this.
Mm-hmm.
It's 458 pages.
That's
long. I'm probably in chapter 3 and 4 in his early years in Toronto, and him, you know, nobody in his family was musical at all other than him and maybe an uncle of his mother's side of the family.
Mm-hmm.
But, he's talking about his earlier bands and stuff. So we're in the very, very early stages of Geddy's career and his life.
Or Gary Weinrib.
Yes.
His real name.
His real name. That a lot of people could not pronounce, so they called him Geddy.
Yep.
But anyways, this book is, by far, is going to be a great read. And they're long chapters, too.
Yeah.
I mean, these chapters go on for pages upon pages.
Oh, yeah.
Which gets me into the next thing. So check this out. I got this on Amazon. It was right around the $20 mark for this.
Which ain't bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. I got it back in the fall of last year, so I've been really wanting to get into that book. So I have time on my hands now, and that's what I'm going to do. But getting back to Rush and getting back to the catalog, you asked me what my favorite Rush album is, and I said 81's Moving Pictures.
Yeah. That is a good album. That's a great album.
Probably my favorite song off of that record was Free Will. Even though you hear it constantly. That record was played upon played.
Right.
Tom Sawyer, Green, Limelight.
Yes. Limelight.
Red Bruschetta.
Yeah.
Free Will.
Mm-hmm.
What else is off that record comes to mind?
Jacob's Ladder.
Jacob's Ladder is a good one.
Camera Eye.
Camera Eye is really good, but that's a 10-minute long song.
Yeah.
But if you get used to that listening to Rush, you get into those very, very long tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mind like Xanadu, even going back to Rivendell.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite,
Yeah.
absolute favorite
Yeah,
Rush songs
that
is
is a good
Rivendell.
I love Rivendell.
I mean, this is like really, really early Rush.
Mm-hmm. 70s era. Yeah.
Way 70s era. I heard Caress of Steel for the first time tonight.
Yeah, I just played it a little bit ago. Crush
Yeah.
the Steel, and I just got done playing Hemispheres and Farewell the King.
Absolutely, Caress of Steel is an excellent album.
Yeah.
And you said it was like one of their worst
Yeah, I think
records
it was
at the time.
Something I read about years ago that I don't know if the record company Mercury Records back then forced that album to come out before 2112 came out, because Fly By Night and Caress of Steel both came out in 1975.
Right.
The year I was born.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fly By Night was, I think, in spring, around April, when that came out, dropped, and Caress of Steel was later on that year, like in the fall. Something
Okay.
Like that. So, but Caress of Steel, I think, was rushed by the record company.
Probably, more than
Rushed,
likely.
no pun intended on that.
Right. Rushed by Rush?
But
No.
Caress of Steel, I love that album. There's a few songs I really don't care about, but I love The Necromancer.
Mm-hmm.
I love The Fountain of Lameth. I love Bastille Day. And there's a couple other ones I like on there, but yeah, it's just, and that was in the era where they were doing their 10, 15, 20-minute long songs,
Yeah, they were still doing a lot of that. And that was a big, that was the big thing back then. Yeah, you would put on a record, you wanted it to last.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Whatever you were doing, that's what was going on.
Yeah.
I remember my dad being in the basement listening to records, and you just fill it in what he was doing. So I know my mom's going to say something. But anyways, she gets the point, though.
Yeah.
You'd put on a record, and that's what you would do all night.
Mm-hmm.
You would talk amongst yourselves, do amongst yourselves, and whatnot.
Yep. And that was music in the background.
And the music was always in the background for
Yep.
entertainment. It was,
Yep.
it's socialization at its finest.
Yeah.
We're going back before, even social media
Oh, yeah.
was a
absolutely.
big thing.
Yeah.
People actually talk to one another,
Mm-hmm.
which unfortunately is a dying art, I guess.
Yeah.
Nobody has conversations anymore.
I know.
It's all about the quickness of it all.
Yeah.
I could have hours about these conversations because that's the way I am. I like these longer type of episodes to do, but there's a time and a place for that,
Yeah.
and to look into that on a much grander scale in the near future,
Right.
as this channel is going to grow.
Yes.
But getting back to Rush, a Farewell to Kings, you said it was one of those filler albums like Theater of Pain and Motley
I
Crue?
feel like it was not really a filler album. I mean, it was released in '77,
Mm-hmm.
and to me, it was kind of a hit or miss album. I like Xanadu, Cinderella Man.
Yeah, I like
that one.
Cinderella
Yeah.
Man was a good song off of that record.
I'm trying to think. Oh, the first Cygnus X one was the last track on that album.
Okay. Was A Farewell to Kings a concept album?
That I
Judging
don't know.
from, I'm looking at their album artwork, and I always paid attention to all the artwork of any album cover that ever came out. I was
Yeah.
fascinated because it always told the story of what the record might be about, maybe the title track or something, along the concept line. Not always. But it's just interesting to look at the album artwork or the photography.
Yeah, like
And-
you see the abandoned buildings, and you see like this dude hunched over like this with his king's
Like with a
on.
throne.
with the throne.
Which is interesting at the time, 77.
Yeah,
There was a lot of stuff going on, but nothing in significance that I can remember. But that record, I don't think it holds up as the other Rush records do.
yeah. I don't think. I mean, I know.
It's very dated, if I
It
if I
is.
want to say, and I hate saying that about stuff, but Closer to the Heart, they play the hell out of that one.
Yeah, that song is so worn out. That's probably my least favorite Rush track. Is Closer to the Heart. I can't stand
Farewell
that
to Kings, the title track is okay, and Xanadu, it reminds me of the movie with Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I think that's where they got it was right around that time.
Right around that time, yep.
Maybe a few years later for that, but still, I still think of Xanadu like Olivia Newton-John's Xanadu. So it's one of those Rush albums, and they got a couple of them, but this one is the earliest that I could go back to. It says
Yeah.
You know.
Now, let's see. We're talking Rush albums, and we're in the 70s era. Where can we start? We can start with the first album, self-titled,
right,
from 74, with John Rutsey on drums.
Oh, exactly.
Yep. He was the only. That was the only album that he drummed on.
Right.
The first one.
And then
Neil came in on Fly By Night, the second album.
Right.
But you got Working Man. I don't know.
Which is overplayed.
Yeah, there's a lot of good tracks on that first album. And then I don't know if I had to pick. I can't pick a favorite Rush album because they have so many albums. From the 70s all the way up to what was their Clockwork Angels was like.
Clockwork Angels
2015.
I think it was 2015. Is somewhere in the 2016. There hasn't been much movement in the Rush camp for a number of years up until this point when they decided to tour.
Yeah.
Last year, because I was talking about this last year on our channel.
Right.
And Clockwork Angels was the very last record. I want to say that's been about 10 or 11 years.
Yeah, and that is a good album.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I haven't really heard anything off of it.
I have all the Rush albums, so.
I don't have any Rush albums, but anyways.
And they're older live.
Yeah,
albums.
You're more really into Rush than I am. And I'm like I said, my older brother, my uncle, I had older people listening to Rush. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't something that I would listen to because I was listening to other stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm getting back into it. So guys, bear with me, please. He knows way more about Rush than I do.
Yeah.
But that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Absolutely. A lot of people, tend to like 2112, which came out in 76. Even that's overplayed. The first two tracks, Temple's Syrinx.
Right.
The overture.
You hear that all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
It's great. A great epic 20-some minute song.
Yeah.
For all the different parts and sections that are in that track, one track. Let me see here. Fly By Night was good. Crest of Steel. We went over that. 2112. Farewell to the Kings. Hemispheres. I love Hemispheres.
Hemispheres is a good record.
That's probably my favorite.
Yeah,
70s
that one.
album.
That one's only got 4 songs, but you got to remember it was a concept album.
Yeah.
So everything was in parts, and that's it.
Yeah.
And so when you have a concept album as heavy as Hemispheres was, because I've seen concept albums where it's like a whole record.
And that was heavy for its time.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
It was way ahead of its time.
Yes.
Way, if you look back, it's like in the top probably 5 concept records. People will refer back to Hemispheres.
Yeah.
I mean, they always quote The Wall or Dark Side of the Moon or
we're
Pink Floyd stuff.
We're not Pink Floyd fans.
No, I'm not a big. I'm sorry, never been a big Pink Floyd fan, and
never
I just
could get into them.
No. That was for a different type of crowd. I think I just didn't.
More like the Stoners or whatever.
Yeah, even the Stoners at my high school, they were kind of. We called them burnouts, okay?
Okay.
If they went to my high school, everybody in the region knows the burnouts always. They were considered the trouble ones, know. But I was friends with them.
Yeah.
But I was also friends, and looking back, I liked the burnouts more than I did the jocks and the preps and stuff. We'll talk about that some other time.
Ooh.
But I was more I was more of a metalhead, so I didn't consider myself a burnout. So
absolutely.
But they loved Rush. That was another band that the burnouts always loved. Rush and Pink Floyd. I would take Rush over Pink Floyd any day.
Yeah. So What are your thoughts? I'm just gonna go random here with Rush. You know, moving in order. I'm trying to think of the albums. I think Permanent Waves would have been next, 1980.
I don't know anything off of Permanent Waves, and if I do, I couldn't really give you a track listing.
Natural Science.
I've never heard that, to be honest with you.
If I recall, because I haven't listened to it in a while, I think it's the last track on that album.
No, that one I have not heard.
Yeah. Natural
See?
Science.
Natural Science, I've never heard of before.
Yeah, that's a good one. And then we went over Moving Pictures.
Right.
That was 81.
That was
and then
81.
Exit, Stage Left.
Yeah, that was a big
the
one
live
too.
album.
Yeah, that was a big live record.
Yeah.
They made a big deal about it. I remember, you know, being of age then,
Mm-hmm.
old enough to know what was going on, seeing, you know, ads for it, hearing about it on the radio.
Right.
You know, different things, different what you would consider social media back then.
Mm-hmm.
And that was great to see all that stuff because we got to see it in print, we got to hear it.
Yeah.
We had all the senses
Right.
coming into play with that.
Yeah.
So that was a great live album,
Yeah.
actually. Was it a real live album? It wasn't one of those like Kiss, you know, the Alive records.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
the fake,
The big crowd background.
yeah, background, or even typo negatives.
Oh,
Origin of the Feces. But they even mentioned it was a phony one, anyways.
Yep.
But that's, you know, that's a great live record. I must say that.
Yeah. Just the sound, the sound quality in Exit Stage Left. I love the production and everything on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just, and you know, back when Geddy was still playing the Rickenbackers, and I think then he started getting into playing Fender basses.
Yeah, he switched over during that time frame.
Yeah.
'Cause
And then in that time frame, and then you know when the '80s hit, you know, I think starting with Subdivisions would have been next in '82. They started using synthesizers a lot more.
mm-hmm.
You know, especially with like Power Windows and Grace Under Pressure.
Yeah, I remember hearing more of those.
Yeah, those two albums are great. I love.
They pushed those two records on MTV a lot, so you
Yes.
got to see more of those videos off of that during that time.
And you can tell how much their music has changed from the '70s to the '80s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with the old school sounds, you know, from the '70s. You know, I always call it the love-making music just because it sounds like old porno music.
Yeah.
Somewhat,
Oh,
you know,
God.
you get that kind of gist or whatever going on. But then you hear the '80s stuff with like more of the synthesizers, and Geddy's using the fretless bass. You know, with like Subdivisions, Grace Under Pressure, and Power Windows. Those three albums especially. All great albums, but completely different sound from what they sounded like in the '70s.
Yeah, oh, by far.
Yeah.
By far.
But I think everyone in the '80s that was doing the '70s prog rock was doing that sort of thing in the '80s with the synthesizers. They were trying something new because Yes did it as well.
I was just going to say Yes did it, and Asia was doing it.
Yep.
Because Asia was a spin-off of Yes because of John Wetton.
John Wetton, yep.
Right, and Carl Palmer was in that band as
Right.
well from Emerson, Lake and Palmer. So
Yep.
you see what they were trying to do was that different sound.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a bit on our talking about Rush.
We'll
have to-
There's a lot more. to
There
talk
is a
about.
lot more. We could spend hours talking about Rush and what their impact on music is.
Yeah.
It's just outstanding
Well, do
for
you want?
them to be touring.
Yeah. Do you want to finish up the '80s?
Yeah, we could finish up
All
the
right.
80s.
So
Let's
we
do
stopped
that.
at what? Power Windows.
Yeah, Power
That was
Windows.
85. 87 would be Hold Your Fire.
Yeah, Hold Your Fire was
That
87 release.
That was a different album. Like, I mean, it was good, but there was a lot of like different weird stuff going. I remember buying that CD, not back when it came out. I think I bought that in like the '90s or something like
Oh,
that.
Hold Your Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just I can't remember some of the names of the songs.
I couldn't tell you any of the names
There
off
was-
of there because
there
I
was-
wasn't.
The one video that had the one chick in it from some band. Man, I can't, for the love of God, I can't remember what her name is, but she was in the video, and I can't recall the name of the song. It's been so long since I've listened to it. But they had the video on MTV back in the day.
Yeah, I don't know any of Rush's, like, that late 80s stuff.
Yeah.
I really was not listening to Rush at all. I was, again, listening to what I was listening to. So.
Yeah. I mean, I was too, but you know, I'd always come back to Rush. You know.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Was that their last album of the 80s?
No, they had another live album, A Show of Hands,
Okay,
which was it was all right.
okay.
I'm not one for live albums unless it sounds really good.
Mm-hmm.
Presto, 89.
Presto was Presto was a better record than Hold Your Fire.
That was the one with the rabbits on the cover.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, and I remember that, and it reminds me of Halloween's Rabbit Don't Come Easy.
Okay.
I
Yep.
just got that on CD today, by the way. I'm collecting all the Halloweens.
Yep.
But anyways, Presto was actually a better record than Hold Your Fire.
Yeah, I like Presto.
I think
Presto's
it had
a
better
good album.
songs, better production, better everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, to just end that era of Rush, I think that leaves it on a high note.
Yeah, yeah. And I think on that album, I don't know if that was the first album that they were on Atlantic Records.
I know there was a label change, but like I said, I don't know what
'Cause I
label
think
they went to.
With the other 80s albums, I think they were still on Mercury Polygram,
Mhm.
I think. But I think Presto, I know Presto was on Atlantic. That I do know.
Yeah, and the reason why when you said that too is usually when they release another live album,
Yeah,
that's in their contract to do a last.
right.
Right, that's what they usually do with these live records. If you see a couple of live records in there, or, you know, that's more than likely towards the end of their contract. They're just trying to get out of, instead of making a new record, they'll just put a live one out and they splitsville.
Yeah,
That's how they end it. So
there you go.
it's not bad. So let's end this video, shall we?
Shall we?
If you happen to like this video, give it a what?
Thumbs up.
Push that what?
Notification bell.
Share it with anybody who you think might like our wild and crazy content, and subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
We'd like to thank our Facebookers, our Instagrammers, and our Threaders. We'd also like to thank our loyal YouTube subscribers,
Yes.
and last but certainly not least, our TikTok around the clock crew, our rock and rollers. You know who you are. We love you and we thank you.
Absolute.
Let's end this. Always look good, always do good, always be your best, do your best, whatever you do. Because what? We love you, that's why.
Yes.
2, smell good, don't be a ranky rank skanky skank.
She'll also want to do that.
Right? And 3, chains hanging. Till tomorrow's video, guys, all the best. We'll get you on the next one. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh. Oh.